Never know what car I'd be in. Stealing the Acura right now. Take this sumbitch on a test drive. If I'm not mistaken, I actually made a video when I took this girl to buy this car. I was just driving around in it. I'm gonna drive it a little bit more. But most people already seen Acura TLs. So you can consider this a... Let me see how many miles on this thing. You can consider this a test drive at... I always forgot how to find the, what is it called? The miles on the thing. But, see, that was one thing that got me about Honda back when they first made these cars. Now, they've changed it now that they have multiple screens and everything. They make it, harder to figure out. I think where you push info. Yeah, if you push info, I think somewhere it tells you, somewhere here it tells you exactly how many miles are on the car. But, it's very confusing. That's one thing I never liked about Honda, how confusing everything was. But I made her get this car fully loaded because as far as I'm concerned, you either buy it fully loaded or not. And where the hell is the odometer? How many miles is on this thing? I don't know. Yeah. Jesus Christ. If I can't figure out a computer system, there must be something wrong. Because I'm good at this. Damn. Info down. List memory settings. Back button. I don't know. Alright. Well, in any event, nice car. The heated seats work pretty well. There's no cooled seats. See, it's funny. You go into other people's cars, women, it's like they just do not keep cars neat and tidy. You know me, I keep my car spotless. Well, that's women for you. So, yeah, it came fully loaded, moonroof, tech package. Acura charges top dollar for tech packages. So basically, the tech package added like damn near like 10. It added a lot of money. I don't even remember what the exact value was, but it was like $3,500 or something like that. It has a sport. If you accidentally go too far, you put the car in sport mode. So you have to get it just right to put the car in drive. Once you're in sport mode, you can use the shift paddles. You have plus and minus. Usually with these cars, it's actually a better idea to just use automatic sport mode. And the reason why is because the car knows exactly what gears to use to give you maximum torque while you're driving. What usually happens is if you have like a 5 or 6-speed transmission, the car will downshift more often when you put your foot hard on the pedal. And what it'll do is by doing that, it'll go down to low gears. And when it'll go down to low gears, that gives you more power while you're trying to accelerate and you're already moving at speed. It usually tries to stay away from the high gears. So when you're doing about like less than 100 miles an hour, it usually tries to stay away from the high gears, and it'll usually stick to the low ones. So yeah, this is once again an Acura TL. I forget where. I was looking for the odometer. This way I could just tell you how many miles are on it at this point. But I don't remember where the odometer button is. And that shouldn't be something you have to look for. And the reason why is because when you go to service and whatnot, or if you go somewhere, usually they'll ask you what your odometer reading is if you get any work done on a car. Odometers should be something that is just... First of all, it should always show you what the odometer reading is. It shouldn't be something that it takes a long time to figure out. But that's just how I feel about it. This is decelerator set. Cancel. No. Info. Let's try info again. If this is the trip computer, sometimes... Nope. There it is. Wait, I think I'm getting this. Select, reset, elapsed time... Average speed, elapsed time, no. Back, maybe push the back button. Now the back button does something to the map. This is trip computer, oil life. Okay, you know what? hopefully I'll figure it out eventually. But once again, that's one of the reasons why I never liked Acura. I never really liked Honda. This is very, very complicated when you're driving. Too much for me. Okay. Very quiet engine. Very, very quiet. It's a decent enough car for the city. Now, after taking a look at the RLX, I have to say, see, my problem is, if I'm paying for a luxury car, I expect to have either a V8 or I expect to have a ridiculously powerful twin-turbo V6. Now, see, I was born in the 80s, and when I was born, everything was about, you always had rear-wheel drive, you always had V8s, especially among the American automakers. Oh, yeah, you see, you can get a little bit of burnout. You can get just a little bit of burnout if you put your foot on it. You know? Yeah, see, I'm all about V8s. I like the V8. V8 means effortless torque. The only other thing that gives you the torque of a V8, you know, a twin-turbo V6 can be made to be very fuel efficient, and it can be made to equal the torque of a V8. The problem is, when you have turbochargers, you have to wait for a turbocharger to spool up. The option is to get a supercharged V6, and if you have a supercharged V6, you're going to pay top dollar for it. Just take a look at the new Jaguar cars, and you'll see what I'm talking about. A supercharged V6 expensive. All of Audi's new cars pretty much come with a supercharged 3-liter V6. But see, if I'm going to supercharge or turbocharge a V6, that damn thing already has to make top horsepower. So me, I would want a V6 that already makes 300 horsepower, then supercharge or turbocharge that son of a bitch. And at that point, then you got a monster on your hands. Now that's how I do it. So, I mean, not everybody's in it for the speed. I mean, some people like cars that are, not, you know, powerful, you know. But me personally, if I'm paying for it, especially if I'm paying over $50,000, I expect to have a monster. And that's just it. I don't just drive cars. I drive monsters. That's how it is. So this you know, this Acura is cute. It's okay. It's okay. But I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. It just doesn't speak to me. It just doesn't say horsepower or torque. It just doesn't say that. I think this car has like 276 horsepower. I could be wrong because I honestly don't memorize the specs coming out of Acura. So, you know, most of the new reviews about the RLX have been disappointing, you know. But what do you expect? You're going to sell somebody a big luxury barge car, and you're going to give them an underpowered V6? I mean, what do you expect? Of course you're going to get bad reviews. Which is why I just don't understand what these companies are thinking when they do this. Now, I know Japan doesn't really care because they're all about saving gas, simply because their island doesn't have, you know, a lot of natural resources. But this is America. When you're in America, you know, you got to give the Americans what they want. Because if you don't give the Americans what they want, you know, we'll just take our business over to Chrysler SRT division, and that's just what it is.
Was he in Black Sabbath?
Was white. School's out for the summer.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
And in the God of La Vida.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the Iron Brother.
Well, I like Ozzy Osbourne. Some of his songs.
Black Sabbath I used to listen to. That was
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know he was part of that. And it was fun. You ever remember, you know, y'all don't know the Red Earth.
This is not any. But Mari, what's the name of that song again? I wanted to download. Bolero. What is it called?
Bolero.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love that song.
Self-managing, right?
We lucked out. Oh, she was on my computer.
Really?
Yes, she was. On my computer.